Hey guys, welcome to another video. And today I want to talk about something that I wish I learned in my 20s, in my teens. I just wish I knew this way earlier. But I'm glad that I know it now, and I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to share this type of information. So, remember in school when we were taught about a food chain and a food web? You know how an antelope eats grass, then the lion eats the antelope, then the lion also eats, those kind of complicated things, yeah? Okay, they're not very complicated, okay? They were very complicated in, a kid's mind, but when you grow up, you understand that that's the circle of life and things like that. We live in a similar civilization. We're not going to be eaten, of course, but it's just a piece of knowledge that we need to understand as a social, because humans are social beings. Humans are beings that we live in communities, yeah? And we all have primal needs. We need to eat, we need to have shelter, we need to have, all those, the basic needs. And we need to live around people that get us, neighbors, friends, having support system. So in the past couple of years, we've had a lot of people working on themselves. We've had a lot of people focusing on their personal development, their inner work, just being emotionally intelligent, people hiring coaches, going for therapy, going to the gym, just concentrating on health, inward and outward, not just to get by, but to become better versions of ourselves. A lot of people have been focusing on self actualization, and that's a good thing. There is a cost to this life, there is a cost to becoming the best version of yourself. There's a cost. The cost becomes, and you might have noticed this, you will start to outgrow some people. People that have been very familiar to you. They might be your family members, they might be your best friends, they might be your colleagues, they might be people that you have associated with very closely over time, and you just find yourself outgrowing such people. The process of outgrowing such people can be lonely sometimes. It can be very, because we don't want to be alone. We want to fit in. We want to belong to a family. We want to belong to a group of friends. We want to belong to, we need the comfort. We desire the companionship. We desire to feel heard. We desire to feel understood. We desire to have a group of people to just go through life with. That's a good thing. But unfortunately, some people are not making the type of choices you're making. And everyone needs to be allowed to grow at their own pace. Everyone needs to be allowed to learn their own lessons and catch up. Actually, no one should be growing, no one should be self actualizing to catch up with anyone. In a previous video, I talked about being single primarily for the purpose of preparing for marriage. Like, if I have this kind of mindset, I'm going to attract this type of man. Well, you will. But is that the reason you're doing this? Is that the reason you're trying to be the best version of yourself so that you can attract a certain type of man? Or is attracting a certain type of man one of the byproducts of being the best version of yourself? So, in the same way, you can find yourself chasing a high of, I need a certain type of friends because I need a certain type of friends. I need a certain type of friend group. And because I need a certain type of friend group, I need to behave a certain way. I need to dress a certain way. I need to think a certain way. Well, are you doing that to belong to that group, or are you doing it for you? And you will find that it can be very frustrating. And I have been this person. So I am sending a lot of compassion to that version of myself and to anyone that might be there right now. It can be very frustrating to be these two people, to be a desperate person. Number one. Desperate why? You don't want to be left. You don't want to be rejected. And so I love this person so much. And if it means me being this type of person to keep them, then I'm going to be this person. Do you know that that's desperation? You know, it is desperation in the overalls of personal development. It is frustrating to be desperate because you're chasing something. You are not evolving into anything. You are chasing something. Because the yardstick keeps moving. The yardstick keeps moving. So what happens when you get there and this person has already evolved to something else? Will you spend your life chasing a certain person? Will you spend your life chasing a certain idea of what you think you should have in your life for marriage, for friendship, for companionship? Allow yourself permission to go at your own pace. The law of attraction is not the law of desperation. The law of attraction is not the law of manipulation. The law of attraction is the law of attraction. That's what it does. It attracts who you are. So you have to make a decision about who you want to become despite whoever, despite whatever. It can be frustrating to be desperate. It can also be frustrating, to be the person surrounded by desperate people. People that just don't want to let you go. People that don't want to let you be. It feels suffocating. It feels like a lack of freedom. And suffocation does not always come from please don't leave me, please don't leave me. It also comes from that place of someone not allowing you to become. And by allowing, I don't mean that I don't imply that someone has the power to stop you. I'm implying that someone just can't let you go. What do I mean by that? You guys used to go to the club together, for example. You and some people. You used to go to the club together. You used to drink all the time. You used to pick up very useless men. And now you have decided to change. You have decided to be abstinent. You have decided to work on your business. You have decided to just lock in with God. You've decided all these things. The right thing for the friends that used to be with you in this season is for them to not call you and be like, can you come over? Can you? Because they don't need to be making you feel like you're missing out on anything. They don't need to rub anything in your face. But what do some friends do? Exactly that. They'll start to shame you. They'll start to make you feel like you're the weirdo. I am not saying that they should immediately join your bandwagon, because when you decided to grow, you decided on your own, and they have to be left to decide on their own. And we also have to be okay with the fact that some people never will grow, or for some people, it will take a very long time to grow, and or rather to decide to grow, because it's a decision. The moment you make the decision, everything else follows. But some people will take a long time. Some people are addicted to suffering. Some people want to stay miserable. Some people don't want solutions. Some people don't want breakthroughs. Some people want reasons to complain about not having a breakthrough. Some people want to complain about problems. Some people don't want the problem solved. And to be grown is to understand that that is the majority of human civilization. Many human beings don't want a solution. Because when you offer them a solution, when you offer them tools, now they have nothing to complain about. Now they have nothing to blame. They have no one to shift blame to. So, some people are not ready for that kind of man in the mirror moment. Yeah, some people are not ready. And when you choose your transformation, when you commit to your transformation, you will trigger such people. You will trigger such people. And it will hurt, because they will blame you and they will project their pain onto you. You have to be aware that this is something that has to happen. It has to happen. It has to. It has to. That's the price that you're willing to pay, or you're going to have to be willing to pay to become this person. But it is absolutely worth it. I can tell you that. It is absolutely worth it. Maturity is also understanding that there are some people outgrowing you. Maturity is also understanding that there are people that are leveling up in ways that you are not. There are some people that don't roll with you the way they used to. I know I have some people in my life that am thinking about as I say this. People who at some point we were on the same level. And now they are in higher places than I am. They are further along in the self actualization journey than me. They are, some of them got married. So it is understandable that they might not relate much to my experience now because I'm single. So they would want to be around more married women and married couples because they're trying to build their marriages. I need to be mature enough to understand that. Some people started making more money. And it is not because they are proud, and it is not because I did anything specifically toxic. I was not jealous. I have never not supported these people. But They had to rise to the occasion in a deeper way than I have in my own life as I speak. And so, in this moment in time, we don't relate. They have access to rooms that I don't. They attend events that I'm not yet invited. And that's okay. That's fine. They show up in ways that I am not showing up yet. That's fine. It is unfair for us to start making statements like, oh, people got money and they changed. Did you expect them to stay the same? And I'm not talking about being rude. I'm not talking about being mean and being unkind. People change. We are supposed to change. What did you expect? Imagine if you and your 35-year-old self still in diapers. You don't want that, do you? No. People are allowed to outgrow you. And humility helps you understand that. And the more you level up, the more you understand. So now you know, for me to not be, and remember, you're not doing this so that there's the bit I mentioned earlier of you need to do this for you. You're not doing this to hold on to friend X so that you don't lose them. You're doing this for your relationship with so and so and so might matter, but your relationship with you needs to matter first. You're doing this because you're worthy of doing it. At the same time, you need to be humble enough and smart enough to understand that you will get left behind if you don't keep leveling up. Just because you are used to being the person in your family that's growing and evolving, it doesn't mean that you'll always be the leader in your friend group. You always have to be on the lookout because it is very possible for you to be left behind. Don't be the one that doesn't bring value. You can be the chick that in a certain season of your life, all your exes want you back. For whatever reason you guys broke up, that's not the subject of conversation today. But for whatever reason you guys broke up and you're always the chick that your ex begs for. And that can get you comfortable. And that can get you thinking that you're all that. And in that season, it is true. But if you let it get into your head too much, guess what? In another season, nobody, including your exes, might even want you because they evolved and you didn't. And now you're not an option anymore. You're not as appealing as you used to be. Not because you are not worthy, but because you have not worked on your value. You have to keep working on yourself every day. You cannot keep saying affirmations like I am chosen, I am chosen, I am chosen, and you're not showing up in a way that will cause you to be chosen by anyone. You have to understand that this is how human civilization works. I wish someone told me this. It is possible for people to outgrow you. People who might not even be as smart as you. They may not be as physically appealing as you are, maybe. They might not come from the kind of family you might have so many odds stacked in your favor, and it might get you sitting in a corner thinking, oh, no. You have to stay on your toes in this game. Life is a game. Life is a game. And life is not about. That's why Jesus said that the children of the world are wiser than the children of the kingdom of God. Because you think just because you're anointed and the glory of the Lord is upon you and you're called into ministry, we should choose you. We don't have to. You might be a child of God with a nasty attitude. Ain't nobody got time for you? No. You might be a child of God that is incompetent in your work. We don't want you. You might be called to the nations, but you don't look like you're ready for the nations yet. Still rolling around in pajamas in your house. No. No. You have to stay on those. That's the bitter truth. And that's something that women don't like to hear. Because we women can be so entitled. We women can be so we want the world to accept us for who we are, and what that means, what we're trying to say is that we don't want to change, we don't want to grow, we don't want to evolve, we don't want to transform, and we still want to receive the kind of respect, the kind of attention, the kind of open doors and opportunities that the women who work on themselves receive. Nah, lie. It does not work like that. It does not work like that. When you find yourself outgrown, don't start saying, "Oh, people got money and they changed." Oh, people these days, oh, they got married, now they don't talk to us. Oh, they got this new job, they got this promotion, now they think we are nothing. Don't you remember where we came from? Don't you remember the hood we were raised in? We went to the same school. Yesterday's excellence is today's mediocrity. Simple. You cannot be banking and I'm not saying now don't stop and smell the roses and be grateful. I'm not saying never stop to take stock of what you've done and just appreciate the journey. But what I am saying is don't be stagnant and don't be entitled and think, oh, I've done all the work I will ever do. There's no growth for me. I'm so pretty. I'm so pretty. I'm a pretty girl. I'm a pretty girl. I don't need to change for nobody. If you don't like me the way I am, we don't like you the way you are. We don't like you. You know why we don't like you? Because you're stuck up. Because you're proud. Because you want value from us and you're not willing to give value to us. No, we don't want to be your friends. We don't. We don't want to be your friends. We don't want to date you. We don't. We don't want you. Somebody needs to tell you that we don't want you. Yeah, sit yourself in a corner and reflect. Don't stay in the same place. I'm not talking about you always running a rat race. That's not what I'm talking about. And hopefully you're smart enough to understand that that's not what I'm trying to say. You need to evolve always. You need to keep the ball rolling. Don't stop growing, is what I'm saying. I am not married yet. I don't know how wise it is for me to give married people advice, but this I know. You cannot be now a married woman, and now because you have this man, he loves you, da 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 da, you you just lay there. You're not ambitious anymore. You're not. Of course, there are times that you need help. That's not what I'm talking about. There are times that you need help. There are times that you need extra support. Maybe with kids, maybe with juggling marriage, career, and all that. This is not about needing help. This is about you being so proud, feeling like, I bagged this man, so there's nothing else I need to do for the rest of my life to keep this man. It is decent. The decent thing for you to do is to understand that this man chose me. The most decent thing I can do is to bring value to his life, is to be better. Because as I am better for me, I am also a better partner to him. As I am better for me, I am a better mom. I can't be the same woman I was 5 years ago and expect my daughter not to outgrow me. Me, I don't want my daughter to outgrow me. We are very close, me and my daughter. And the reason we are close is because I am intentional. It is not because I am entitled. I know that it is not obvious that every mom needs to be close to her daughter. I know that not every mom is. And I have the understanding that I need to keep up. I need to keep growing. I need to keep learning so that I am relevant to my daughter in every stage of her life. And so that our closeness remains. May God help me. That's the kind of mindset I desire to have even in marriage, when I get into marriage. If I get into marriage, if God allows me to get married. Because I don't want to be the mom that is outgrown by her child. I don't want to have these amazing friends in one season that in another season look at me like I can't deal with her. I can't I cannot deal with this chick. I don't want to be the kind of leader who in one season of my life my team feels inspired by me. They feel that I have vision and that I'm guiding them well and that I'm working well with them. And in another season, they're like, who does this chick think she is? It is possible to be outgrown. In the same way that you are outgrowing people, it is the same very high possibility for you to be outgrown. When you understand that, that is your survival kit for human civilization. That's how you survive in this world as a woman. Don't allow yourself to be outgrown. You would rather outgrow than be outgrown. I would rather be relatable to the people ahead of me than be relatable to the people behind me. No offense to the people behind me, I love them. But I would rather be relatable to the people above me, ahead of me. I would rather be relatable to the people that look close to the version of me that I'm becoming than the ones that look close to the version of me that I'm leaving behind. That's the game. Play it. I wish someone told me that, but I just told you. So play the game. Never allow yourself to be outgrown. And you'll do well in life. That's wisdom. That's not manipulation. That's not a mind game in the sense of brainwash. That's just the truth. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say today. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it helps. And at the very least, as I like to say in my videos, even if you don't take everything that I've said, at least let it make you think. That will be enough for me. Just think about it. Jog your mind with what I just said and see what happens. So thank you guys. See you in the next video. Bye.